I guess I can't say it was a failure. Good morning, beautiful people. It is a fine, cool June morning. The weather is cooperating. We aren't to the miserable heat of summer just yet. So we have doors and windows open and we're enjoying it. All right, I know people are gonna ask, can we see the baby?
Yes. Say hi, baby.
Say hi.
I'm just hanging out.
She's just hanging out.
I kind of just threw a fit while I waited for Mom to get the wrap ready.
Oh, so she's
maybe feeling a little guilty.
maybe a little guilty that she threw a fit that it took you so long to wrap her up.
I struggle with this thing sometimes.
So this baby has just about doubled in weight in her first month. She's doing great. Like,
Yeah, she's doing, not really double.
not double, but she's really fat. Like she's doing amazing.
She is the biggest, like, chubbiest baby we've had, and it's the best thing ever. I love it.
So that's a little baby update. First thing,
she's doing great.
for all the people who are wondering. So I guess down to business. Even though we do grow a lot of our food, there is still a lot of food that we have to buy in. We have not reached the point where we are producing everything we want. I don't think we'll ever be there. I don't think we'll ever be to the point where we're producing 100% of what we eat.
No.
That's not realistic for what we eat and how we eat. We don't buy meat. We raise our meat. We're cool there. But even though I've planted around 500 strawberry plants last year, this year is not our year for strawberries.
I mean, we've gotten them. They're just not enough for us to, like, put up at the capacity that we want.
We have had enough to where, honestly, I've eaten so many strawberries out of our garden. I am sick of eating strawberries.
You're the reason I can't put it in the freezer.
Me and my 3-foot-tall little doppelganger.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Buggy has eaten her weight in strawberries.
I think she has.
In the past 2 months. So, all of that to say, we do have to buy in strawberries if we want to put strawberries up. So that leads me to my next thing. We get to have a strawberry party today. There's a local farm that we found that we can get first come, first served strawberries. We can usually buy, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 gallons at a time.
Yeah.
They're organic, so it's like, that's great. We are coming to the end of strawberry season, and we knew that we were going to have a baby right in the middle of strawberry season. So what we've done is when we have a minute, we'll run by this farm, we'll grab, 4 to 8 gallons, depending on what they have, and we'll bring them home and process them and get them in the freezer. So when we want to make some strawberry jam, because that's my favorite, I love strawberry jam, we have them in the freezer. All we have to do is pull them out, process them, and make jam out of them.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing first thing today. We have some strawberries that I actually picked up a couple days ago, and we just haven't had a chance to process. They've been in the fridge. Some have been eaten, but most are still just sitting in their baskets in the fridge. So I'm gonna go grab strawberries. Looks like you're getting the sink emptied out, so we can wash said strawberries because they're organic and sometimes they have dirt on them.
And bugs.
And bugs. Imagine that.
We ate through one of them.
All right. So the other day I bought 6 gallons. Notice there's not 6 gallons here.
We ate one.
We devoured one. I mean, when they're good, they're good, and
Right. They've been good.
they've been good. Like the early ones usually aren't like super sweet.
Yeah.
Till you get a little bit of warm weather, and then they really start getting sweet.
Yeah.
And then about the time they're at their best, they're done.
Right?
But it's been kind of nice because blueberries have come on, raspberries, now blackberries are starting to come on. So like we're in the summer fruit now, so it's all good. So you want to say why we wash them?
Because they're organic and they're actually, like, dirty and have bugs. Like, there's, like, grass around where they're grown, and so they'll have little bits of grass and whatever.
I thought like the last ones we got had a lot more grass clippings on them.
Yeah,
It looked
grass seed.
it looked like they had weed eated
Right.
or mowed like next to where they were at, and so a bunch of them had like little tiny pieces of grass, which they're organic.
Yeah.
They're not sterile like the ones from the store are.
Right.
So it's all good.
Get them washed and pop them in a strainer, and then we'll grab the kids and get a party going.
Get a strawberry party going on. It goes quick.
It does.
So I don't know if you can see that. That's like little pieces of grass.
I miss some.
Sometimes they wash off easy, sometimes they don't.
Got stuck.
Just like little grass. And you can see all the seeds and
strawberry
hairs and pieces of grass. A little bit of organic matter doesn't bother us. We just want to get the bulk of it. While she washes up some strawberries, I'm gonna go get the boys, and they are all actually down in the barn making bows and arrows.
Yeah.
So I will pull them away with great wailing and gnashing of teeth. Just happen to have the camera sitting here for pulling out the fresh bread. All right, so the way we process these, we just cut the tops off. We leave as much meat on the strawberry as possible. If it's like a huge one, we'll cut it in half, but generally we're just getting the tops off and getting them in a bag so we can freeze them. Slightly. I mean, slightly. Lady. That was close.
That was.
All right, mission accomplished. Thank you guys.
Yes,
you may return to whatever you were doing. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 gallons. Was there one more? Is that it?
There's a partial up in the fridge.
Like a half a gallon?
Like a quarter of a gallon.
Quarter of a gallon. Those, we'll just eat those.
Yeah, we will.
So, something kind of unfortunate. This past weekend, I smoked some bacon. It was like six chunks of pork belly. I don't have a smoker big enough to smoke all of the pork bellies that I have all at once and just like knock out all the bacon for a year. So we just do it in batches. And when we start running low on bacon, I smoke some more. Finished smoking the bacon, stuck it in the fridge last night, and I noticed there were a couple strawberries that smelled kind of smoky. Not like bacony, not like they got dripped on or anything. They just smell like smoke.
Smoky, yeah.
As soon as you walk into the shed where the fridge is that had our strawberries and the bacon in, you can smell the smoky smell coming out of the fridge. So, great for bacon, maybe not so much for strawberries. Okay, it is the end of the day-ish. End of the afternoon.
Yeah.
Dinner time. What you got going on today?
I have roast beef in the crock pot. And so I'm doing some canned corn, made some rolls, and then I got some beets in the fridge, and the garden that we need to eat. And I think that's it.
You got a supervisor?
Yep.
Watching your favorite person, huh? Only have eyes for mama. Pay no attention to the tanks. Wish you guys could smell it. So that's a chuck roast that went on first thing this morning, and it is like falling apart now.
Yeah.
It smells amazing.
Should be falling apart.
Should be falling apart. I imagine it is. It is cooked in the crock pot all day,
Yeah.
so it's... That's the 2 cents.
You don't think it's cooked? Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, we'll find out. Trying to pull the...
Yeah, trying is a good word. Oh my gosh. I can't
Oh,
get it
you
out.
ruined it.
I did.
It's ruined. It's falling apart.
Terrible. Okay, come on. I can't even get it out.
You almost need like a spoon.
Right?
Why'd you ruin it?
That's a proper pot roast right there.
That's good stuff. Oh, I'm excited to eat that. That's gonna be good.
Wait, is it called a pot roast or a crock pot
I
roast?
guess it's a crock pot roast today.
All right. No
Cool.
slicing required.
No, just a little shredding.
Ooh, you made rolls? I might be having me a roll and meat sandwich.
We got juice
Oh, and
here.
there's juice. I might have a impromptu French dip sandwich.
Okay, do it. Do it.
That sounds good.
Does sound good, huh?
All right. Ring the bell, please, Brett.
And now that the food is on the table, let's eat.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for today.
All right. So you gonna bring that grumpy baby outside?
Yeah, we might try that.
Okay. So outside it is. We are going to... hold on. Almost lost my my water. We are going to dig garlic. Our garlic is pretty much ready. Man, look at that asparagus bed. I'm gonna save all those seeds. It's a lot of asparagus seeds. All of these smaller ones here and over here all came from these 3 original plants. This is our garlic. You can see it is very much ready. We should have dug this probably a week or 2 ago. This is elephant garlic. I'd say it's close enough. Let's see which one. This is from Edible Acres. That is some pretty good garlic. Let's see, what's this one? I think this one is music. I think both of these are music. I'd have to look at our list. But they are, for the most part, ready. I like them to be a little more falling down, but especially ours in here, those ones definitely need to be dug up. Because there's some that have already laid down on the ground and they look just like the mulch that's on the bed. So we're gonna lose them. We're just gonna pull everything, get it all up, out, and drying in the barn. It's pretty exciting. Wow. Okay, so this one stayed in too long. It's actually trying to rot.
Yep. We can't eat that. Good one.
Okay, I'll pry it, you pull it.
Get ready to pull.
Wow. Pull. 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 Wow.
Whoa.
That's the elephant garlic. Okay, hold on. Try to keep the dirt.
Garlic.
So this actually has cloves all over that. It's made mini cloves.
Oh wow.
Look at the size of that thing.
That's massive.
That's
So this elephant garlic also produced small,
it's
like
a big, nice one.
extra bonus garlic. But look at the size of that thing. That's huge.
Yeah.
All right, we'll make a pile right here. We'll just make a pile per each row. Well, this was done a while ago. Very done a while ago. So, these are ours. I think ours were actually done a long time ago because there were so many sprouts. Like, all these individual cloves had sprouted already. A couple of them look like they're starting to rot, which is kind of a bummer. Kind of disappointed with ours. So here's one that's a triple. I don't remember planting triple. And there's quite a lot of like worm damage. So something I'm wondering, this ground is really wet. We have had a very, very, very wet spring. Usually by, a week into June, I don't have to mow as much because the grass isn't growing because it's so dry. So yeah, kind of disheartening that we're having some rot, but that's why we planted so much, is so if we do have loss, it's not the end of the world. All right, so we may leave some of this garlic to go a little bit longer. When I harvested garlic scapes, I don't know, that was like a month ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago.
A couple weeks ago. Not all of the garlic had popped out its scapes when we harvested the scapes that were ready. I would say this is probably half as much as we harvested that day. Pretty good amount. I would say probably this last row of garlic in here can go a little bit longer, maybe the last 2 rows. I think it's the music garlic. Careful, sister. Careful, you're whacking me in the face.
This is a big one.
That is a big one. I gotta move. Secondary harvest, we got some scapes we can process and have some more garlic pesto. And then we'll have at least 2 rows tonight, which is kind of cool. That's a nice little one.
This is a nice one, but it has so much roots on it.
Here, take this one then.
Okay, let's check this row. I was really hoping to plant potatoes. It's so wet though. All right, we are gonna get over here to this next row. I'm gonna dig a couple. I'll just take some samples. I'll dig a couple from each row and we'll see how ready they are. I kind of think, like they're just starting to brown. I think we need a couple more weeks. So,
Hold on.
are you just pulling one up? Come on. Come on, strong girl. You need a little help? Here, let her do it. You ready? Ready?
That's a nice one.
That is a nice one. Let me see it. Let me see it.
Is that garlic?
Yeah, that's garlic. No, it's not quite ready. What do you think, lady? Think we should let them sit for a little bit longer?
Yeah, probably maybe another week or so.
All right. You are the cat whisperer.
I am. They're
Both cats are sitting over here bugging you.
harassing me. Sketch is meowing to death and she keeps pawing at me.
She's like, pet me.
Yeah.
Pet me. You're sitting outside. You must want to pet me.
Right.
All right, abort mission, guys. We're just going to dig just what we dug, and we'll leave the rest a couple more weeks. So there's one from, what's it say? It just says Edible Acres Hardneck on that stake. Ours. So that's stuff we saved. And there was a lot of them that rotted. I mean, there's some in there that'll be fine, but there's also some that turn to mush. I believe that's because of how wet this bed is. We deep mulched the heck out of this bed to fight weeds, and it absolutely worked. Like, it absolutely worked. The garlic grew great. I didn't have to come out here and put anything on it. Like, it's jamming. I think ours was actually done, it looks like a month ago, because sitting in muddy soil, like, they can do all right. We did have them planted in hills, which that's always helped us before. But if they finish up and they're done, they either rot or all of the cloves of garlic on that entire head individually start sprouting and trying to grow more. I saw a lot of them that had done that. It's kind of a bummer, but it's all right. We'll get all this taken over to the barn to start drying, and I guess we'll just get the rest later. Hey, sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Tonight's one of those projects that I planned on doing, and it's not gonna work out tonight. So I guess we'll pick this up at a later date. In other news, I'm gonna sort through this pile of shaken off roots and find all these little extra cloves. Now, I will have to read up on these. I'm not sure if these will grow into great big elephant garlic or not. I'm not positive. I will have to read up on that. I know we have some elephant garlic over, it's behind me and over there somewhere. There's some that we have forgot about, and it's just kind of done its thing every year. And it was one clove of elephant garlic that we missed. The next year it popped up, we let it do its thing. Well, last year there was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 that popped up. And this year there's about 20 that popped up. So I assume that those are what's growing, and they're just multiplying and multiplying and multiplying. So maybe I'll plant them. We can either eat them or plant them. Like, it's all good. It's not gonna bother me one bit. Hey, jungle cat, what are you doing?
My jungle little cat.
Meg not petting you, so you came over here to beg for pets from me. So kind of a failed, not so failed, like we have gotten some stuff. This right here was our potato bed. We planted this in, I don't know, it was like the end of February, beginning of March. Way too early for being out here in the cold. We planted out this whole bed with potatoes. It has been a struggle keeping it weeded. We didn't mulch it deep enough, and the potatoes just have not done good. I think they died back and froze and died back too many times, and it just stunted them. And so, yeah, it has been the struggle bus out here for these potatoes. We're gonna dig some of these potatoes up. We're gonna check them out, see how they're doing. I dug some the other morning out here when I was moving chickens, and I mean, they're about like in the greenhouse. They're okay size, more on the small side. The greenhouse did a lot better. Corbin's over here investigating.
This is a ring.
That's a washer. Where'd you find that?
In one of these beds.
Okay, that is a weird looking purple potato.
Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting. Okay, don't lose them.
We want taters. Taters processors.
These right here are the purple potatoes. Honestly, I wish we had planted these in the greenhouse. I thought they were gonna do better out here. I actually didn't have high hopes for the greenhouse potatoes, but it turns out the greenhouse potatoes did better than out here, so I guess now we know. We will definitely be planting potatoes in the greenhouse like January. We're gonna try that. I think that'd be really cool. So what do you think? Oh, that's a good one. Cool. All right, I'm gonna grab my shovel and start digging. It's hard to follow where they go. Like this one right here, the grass came down and grew right into the bed. That's a big one. That one too. Biggest purple so far. All right, this is one row. That's actually not as bad as I was expecting. I'm actually pretty happy with that. There's a few things we did wrong with this bed. We planted way too early. We didn't mulch heavy enough, and so the weed pressure has really been a struggle. I guess I can't say it was a failure. We did actually grow some potatoes, which is better than I thought. I watched them die back probably 4 times all the way to the ground. They'd pop up, they'd be 6 inches tall, looking great, and then we'd have a frost. They'd die back to the ground and then come back, and just over and over until, you know, we get to today. But I will say, out of one row, we got like 7 or 8 pounds maybe. And there's a couple decent sized ones. Like, look at that one. That's a decent sized one. Kind of ugly, but it'll eat. That's a decent sized one. That's a decent sized one. Oh, one other thing. We didn't till this bed. Basically, all we did was we got in here with shovels and we busted up the ground. We'd put the chickens in here, let the chickens, you know, eat all the weeds and anything that was in here, and it kind of got compacted. So all we did, I didn't want to till it. We got in here, we just used shovels, we just busted it up, and it was kind of like it looks now. Bunch of dirt clods, and we just put the potatoes in there and buried them. And then we came back and put hay on top of it. A lot of hay. Probably not as much as we needed, but I thought it was a lot of hay. It was like half of a round bale. It was a bunch of hay for this little space. Well, there's some of these potatoes we found. These ones that are like this like darker color, like that. Those ones would be right under the hay. They haven't turned green, like they are purple. I guess that would be kind of like, you know, kind of like the Ruth Stout method, where you just stick your potatoes on the soil and then cover them in straw. I've tried that before and had 0 success. Every now and then we'll get messages, people saying, try the Ruth Stout method. We've had dismal results. But kicking a few dirt clods on top of the seed potatoes and then covering them with straw apparently works. So, hey, we kind of experimented, we learned some. That's kind of cool. I think we will actually harvest the rest of this bed later. The weather's nice right now. The boys just started a fire in the fire pit. I think we're gonna do some hanging out. All right, so that is our haul of Adirondack Blue. Those were our seed potatoes that we planted this spring. And the original potatoes, I found a random bag at Tractor Supply of all places. It was, I don't know, it was like an odd time of year, and it was like the only bag of Adirondack Blue, and I've wanted to grow those for years. So I brought it home, I cut them up, had enough for like one row, and we planted them out there last year, and they did incredible. And they're also very tasty, I would like to add. We all enjoyed the Adirondack Blue. I would put them somewhere between like a Yukon Gold in butteriness, but then kind of the texture of a russet. Really good. And so we set aside the best for seed, and then we ate the rest. Like we literally, we ate even the itty bitty ones. We loved them. So we planted those out this spring, and we had enough for 2 rows, and this is only 1 row. I was able to find another bag at Tractor Supply, so I'm gonna be planting another, I think it's a 5-pound bag from Tractor Supply. And then I got a bag from Wood Prairie Farms up in Maine. We've tried their seed potatoes a couple times now. We grew them last year and they did really, really good. And we're gonna grow those again. We just have to get this bed with all the garlic empty so I can fill it full of potatoes, and that'll be our fall potato harvest. All right, we are gonna enjoy a fire. So I think that's gonna do it for us for tonight. So we will catch you guys on the next one.